All right, I think we're up and running right now. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm very late this morning. All right, hold on, wait. There we go. I got my model talking now. Good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. I literally just woke up. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I need to get like a monster. I am not even here. I literally got up and just like threw the stream on and I was like, oh my god, I'm so late. Monday. I didn't even have time to like put up the stream ahead of time. Totally Peak, welcome to the stream. And who gifted the memberships? Floating away today. Thank you so much, cutie. I don't know if they're here right now. Hi, Rain. I moved into my girlfriend's apartment, and I'm the housewife of the relationship, and I can cook now. Oh, God. I hope you watched my cooking video. Please tell me you watched the cooking video I put out yesterday. If you're the one in charge, you need to watch that video. Congratulations, by the way. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Monster Energy time. Go. Good morning, Gombek. How are you today? I'm gonna need, like, a minute to, like, get myself put together. Oh, goodness. What'd you think of it? Do you think you could cook eggs like that? People who drink Monster are cute. Hey, people who call other people are cute. So how about that one? Kinda call me out there. Hey, listen, we all have to start somewhere. I remember a long time ago when I was in a relationship with somebody and her mom liked me a lot. And she went up to her and she was like, you need to start learning how to cook. And that was like her mom's sign that like she liked us. Alright, I got my HRT in me, I got my morning medications in, I got some source of caffeine, the stream is up and running. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. For literally waking up, like, I'm not even joking, like 2 minutes, like, before I started the stream. Oh goodness, I've gotta, I don't know what has been going on, but I've just been exhausted the past couple of days. Good morning, Annie. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I'm overdoing it or like what is going on, but I have just not been feeling great. As far as like my sleep is concerned, I don't feel sick necessarily, just really exhausted. I like potato. Me too. I'm actually thinking about doing some loaded baked potatoes, maybe for dinner tonight. How was everybody's weekend? Let's start there. While I'm turning my brain thing on and getting like warmed up and everything, how was everybody's weekend? Y'all do anything fun? Good morning, my brother. I had a great time in your stream yesterday. That song that you started making was absolutely gorgeous. And don't say for a second that it wasn't. It was really good. I'm very excited to start doing the part 2. That was one of the things I was up to this week. And I was, yesterday, I spent probably like 3 hours recording with Dark Raven on how to like make some basic music using some basic tools. It's a really good tutorial. I promised him I'd help him edit it together. I keep remembering I have to come out soon and take psychic damage. Well, that's no good. Wait, when you say you have to come out, who are you coming out to? Or do you just mean in general, like coming out of the house? Which one are we talking about? Yes, yes, Just Ones and Zeros got the right idea. Pat the cute burb. Everybody has to give the burb some head pats. Oh my goodness. I can't believe you're all here for EP Rain this morning. Ah. Mr. Lower, I see you there. Welcome, cutie. Oh, you have to come out at school? Oh, that's gonna be rough. I thought coming out on the channel was gonna be hard. If you think you're ready for that, all I have to say is I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that your peers accept you for who you are. I have met my girlfriend's parents, and they're Japanese, and they have accents, so in my mind, I said, fuck, I don't understand any shit they said. So I used to date a girl in Taiwan a really, really long time ago, and I couldn't understand a single thing her parents said, so she had to translate every single thing that was like said back and forth between us. Oh, Mr. Badman Names, thank you so much, cutie. I'll go ahead and I'll read what you've written in the donation message here in just a second. So like I couldn't understand a single thing, but for whatever reason, her parents absolutely loved me. And now I'm starting to wonder if, like, she actually translated the things I actually said back to her parents, or if she just gave the answers that were, like, the best answers for me to give. Because I actually don't know. I don't know what she actually said to her parents. She could have said anything. Hey, hey, hope you're doing well. Mr. Bad with Names, thank you so much, cutie. I appreciate that. I'm doing all right. I just overslept this morning. And I've been really tired. I've had a couple of bad pain days over the weekend. Nothing too bad, but like, well, yesterday I had like a little like bad pain moment in the kitchen. But that was it. But other than that, I've been doing all right. I've just been really exhausted. I think I'm finally starting to like really settle into the new place. Like I'm getting into my new routine, and I think like now the exhaustion of how much I've had to overexert myself over the past month is like finally catching up with me. But it's like no rest for the weary. I've got to get back to making content, got to get back to making videos, right? Like can't stop. We already took like a break, right? Even though it didn't feel like a break to me, we took like almost a month off from the channel, so you know, gotta get it rolling eventually. Rain! Good morning, Snack. Sorry, my voice cracked there. You've got this, Credo. I believe in you. I've seen some photos of you too. You pass better than me in my opinion, so I think you'll be all right. And think about it like this, if I'm brave enough to put my face with no makeup on a video, then, you know, hey, you've got this. I am kind of glad, though, I've gotten to a place in my transition where I can actually, like, film, and I don't have to put on, like, a bunch of makeup or a bunch of fakery to, like, look the way that I'm supposed to look. I've always been kind of, like, a simple, natural gal, so I don't like putting on, like, way too much stuff. Rain washes away the makeup anyway. I mean, yeah, and I've just never been really about, like, all sorts of makeup. Now, I love makeup, especially because I do tend to dress kind of gothic. But, like, I still go really light with the makeup, even when I do outfits like that. Like, I don't like to go very intense with it. I just like the colors. I'm definitely pastel goth, not like, you know, oh, you know, my soul is, like, darkened. I'm more like the cheerful kind of goth, I guess. That's what the powered spray setting is for? I like both heavy makeup and light makeup. So here's what I do. Like, if I need to go out, like, let's just say go to the grocery store and I just want to throw on, like, a hoodie and maybe some, like, casual pants. Pardon me. Yeah, I will just put on some mascara and some, eyeshadow. And that's really about it. I don't even really use any, like, concealer or anything anymore. I will a little bit, maybe around, like, my upper lip and a little bit on my chin, just to kind of blend in the colors. But what I'm finding now is that now that I use the concealer, right, because the concealer is even slightly a different color than, like, my skin tone, I've got to blend it all the way in, like, up to my cheeks still. So it just ends up being, like, this excessive thing just to blend in the concealer that I just put on my face. So I kind of just don't go with the concealer. My mom told me something, and she's just like, Rain, you come from a line of Italian women. All of us have mustaches. She's like, if anybody calls you out on it, you just say you're Italian. And I'm like, you know what? That works. So I just own it now. And no joke, too, my mom actually does grow a little bit of, like, a little bit on her upper lip. And it was one of the things that made me realize, like, with my own, like, gender dysphoria, I'm like, oh, wait, she has to deal with some of her own things. Cisgender women have to deal with, like, facial hair issues, too. But I'm very lazy, so I put on mostly the bare minimum. You really only need the bare minimum to pass anyways, at least for me. It's the eyes. As soon as I do the mascara, the eyeshadow, and, like, I just frame my face just right, boom, instant girl. Nobody gets it wrong anymore. But if I don't do that, people are a little unsure. Like, they think they know, but they're not 100%. Sometimes I'll still get, like, kind of, like, middling answers. Also, like, around here, too, like, being called a dude or a guy is, like, really common. Everybody does it. Everybody. Like, even the girls are like, hey, guys, what's going on? Right? So you get something like that. You'll get, like, a generic, like, response instead of, like, a ma'am or a sir. You'll be like, thanks, person thing. I'm obviously being a little facetious there, but you know what I mean, right? Like, when people aren't sure, like, they just start looking for, like, an answer that, like, gives them, like, no option. It's like, how can I say something without saying anything? Because I really don't know. If I tried traditional goth makeup, I'm afraid I'd look like the insane clown posse. I wonder how many trans girls are part of the insane clown posse, because I haven't met any yet. There has to be a percentage of us. I'm gonna say at least 2% of us are part of the insane clown posse. And at least 1% of you are part of the insane rain posse. For some reason, people gender me differently based on location. I could see that here in the US too. I live in a pretty liberal place where most people are pretty accepting. I don't get a lot of, like, I don't get misogyny or like a lot of like transphobia in my daily life. But if I went somewhere else, I'm absolutely certain that would change. Mother Fluffer is technically gender neutral? Yes! I'm gonna be honest, I used to be guilty of this when I was cis a really long time ago. And this is obviously before I knew better, right? But I remember I was selling beer, and there was this one account, and the account had, like, this, it was this, like, lesbian bar. But obviously they had more than just lesbians there. There was trans people there, there were gay people there, right? And there was, like, a whole variety of different people from the LGBT community at this place. Now, obviously, I was not out at all. I didn't really know anything about being trans at the time, right? Like, nothing. So I would walk in there, and I had no idea, like, what to say to any of these folks. So I was like, all right, if the issue comes up, I'll just go with they or them. And then I'll be safe, right? Then I'm not sure, like, if I'm not sure, that's just what I'll go with. So I went in there, and that's what ended up happening, right? And one of them looked at me, and they're like, why don't you just ask us, like, what our pronouns are? And I'm like, oh, I feel so stupid right now. They were getting really annoyed with me about that, and I didn't know any better. I really didn't know. I'm glad they said something, because, like, I honestly really wasn't doing it intentionally. It's one of those things, too, like, with some cis folks, like, if they're doing something, maybe speak up, because they might just be nervous, and they might be just doing something because they don't know any better, and they think it's the right thing to do. Like, not every, like, random act of transphobia that you come across is intentional. Like, some people just need to be educated. I certainly was one of those types of people that just needed to be educated. Morning, Etta. I overslept by quite a bit this morning. And really, at the end of the day, I would have just saved myself a lot of trouble just by asking everybody. Just be like, hey, what's everybody's pronouns? I'll do my best to keep them straight, you know? Okay, maybe not phrasing it like that. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay, maybe I wouldn't say it like that, but you know what I mean. So both of us said I stole one of those monsters out of the fridge. I told you I'd only have one more, but I didn't have time for coffee. I'll do my best to keep him gay. There you go. That would have been the best one. I would have shot myself in the foot instantly if I said something like that. God, I would have died. I'll do my best to keep him a secret, third thing. You know, I don't know if that place is still open. Maybe I should go back there and just be like, hi, do you remember me? I used to come here and be awkward and weird and sell you beer. Oh, I also used to be a dude. I'll do my best to keep him ace. I love that. Actually, I might steal that. It's been a couple, like, I want to say it's been almost like a month or so now since I've actually like fully come out as asexual. Gotta say, been pretty good. I landed on demisexual because, like, I really thought that's what I was. And maybe before the accident I was, but now I'm just straight up ace. And y'all just gonna have to deal with that. But surprisingly, everybody just seems fine with it. I don't know, nobody really had any questions. I don't think it really came as a surprise to anybody. Like, at least of the people that know me really well, they're just like, yeah, that actually makes a ton of sense. Good for you. You are not dumb, my friend. Wait, asexual? You don't know what that is? Asexual means that I no longer am interested in the physical aspects of human connection. As in, I don't do the physical part of romance anymore. That hopefully is a good summary without like getting myself in trouble on YouTube by like saying a bunch of crazy shit. I am not attracted physically to anyone, but I identify as demi-romantic, which means I can still develop romantic feelings for somebody, but not in a physical, way. And I guess a good way to describe this to someone is like, I can still become attracted to someone. I can still find somebody objectively good looking, right? I could still find things about them attractive, but it's not their physical features anymore. It's not really, like, I could kind of take or give the looks, but like, I'll give you a really good example. Like, if someone does something that I'm like really interested in, they have like a hobby that I really like, that is more attractive to me than like if they're good looking or not. Like if they have like nice hair or they have like nice features. That's like kind of like more like what's in it for me. So like, for example, if you're like an artist and you're a musician and stuff like that, and I'm like, ooh, that's really interesting, you know, those are more of the like the things, those are the traits that I find more attractive than I would anything else. Because, like, I'm not interested in physical stuff at all. So, like, I don't know. It's just not even attractive. It's not even, like, something I factor in anymore. It's okay. And it's, like, it's all individualized. I'm just talking specifically about me and my circumstance. And a lot of it has to do with my accident. So, I'll kind of dive into it a little bit more so that you kind of, like, you can, like, alright, without, like, getting overly into it, right? Like, the accident really did have, like, a major factor on this. Like I said, before the accident, I just kind of, like, was, like, really awkward about all of this stuff and just was, like, really uncomfortable with it. And I would, like, really only do both of those things with folks that I really trusted and, like, that I had, like, a really deep connection with, right? That was, like, how I prefer to do it. But now that there's like this like physical pain aspect alongside of like a lot of the activities that I plan to do, that is a huge factor. In fact, like the pain level is like one of the biggest deterrents for doing anything with anybody anymore. And again, hopefully I'm not getting too overly specific here, but you could still understand what I'm talking about. Just think about this. I had the left side of my hip almost cracked entirely in half, right like near where the joint is, and they put a giant metal plate to fuse it back together, right? So I just want you to think about how painful it is to not only live with that, but then how bad that would affect my range of movement, how much that would hurt to move that joint in any particular way, shape, or form. And hopefully That explains a lot of things without being overly detailed about it. Hopefully it all makes sense. I knew I was handsome, but since I'm a musician, I must be hot AF. I love that. See, Dark Raven. Anna, you're right. That's the confidence. That is the confidence that Dark Raven needs. My brother, you've got it. But yeah, that's like kind of like what's going on there, though. It's like, so instead of dealing with any of that, right? Like at this point, since it's not even really a factor for me, it's not even something I like even think about, or I don't think about it at all. I just decided, I'm like, well, I guess that means I'm asexual, and I just decided to embrace it. And honestly, ever since I've just been kind of happier, since I don't even hold the expectation for myself anymore. Now it's just gone. Now it's just like, yay, I could just be me. Oh, don't be sorry, Dark Raven. I want to see that confidence. I want to see you become more confident, my brother. You make beautiful music, my friend. Oh god, I need more of this monster. Holy crap, it is gonna be a rough day. Not a bad day, just a rough day. Just to clarify, I'm not having a bad day, I'm just having a rough start to it. Gotta get that engine revved up. Usually, like, I'm already put together by the time I get on live stream. This is the very rare where you're, like, getting kind of, like, waking up rain. We're waking up with rainy Monday mornings. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Monday morning monster. Honestly, I would have preferred, like, 2 or 3 cups of coffee. But in short notice, and with, like, as little time as I had, and it's not even like Anna was awake, and Anna doesn't need to be awake at any particular time, right? So it's fine. But it's not like I could go be like, yo, Anna, make me some coffee. I gotta be on live stream, right? Oh, we got a new subscriber. Hiya, cutie. Welcome to the channel. Oh, if anybody hasn't already, hold on, wait. I forgot. I should probably do stuff like this. You know, I gotta be a good YouTuber. Gotta learn to, like, like, actually, like, promote the content that I put up on the community. So, I know I brought it up at the beginning of the live stream, but I was still, like, kind of, like, half unconscious when I brought it up. Cooking video! Okay, so I'm gonna drop a link for it in the chat, and I'll go ahead and I'll just pin it for now. For those who haven't seen it yet, please go over to the new channel and check out the cooking video. And if you like it, please leave a like and a comment. And also, if you're a mobile user, can you hype the video? Because that really also does help out, like, a super big amount. Oh, hello, Snake Gaming. Welcome to the stream. I'm back. It's been like a month. Things have turned upside down, but I'm back. We had our first successful week back. Hello, good evening, or good morning. It is still morning for me. Good morning or good evening to you as well, unknown. How you doing, cutie? I hope you're doing all right. Oh, I finally got the fan installed in my window, so I don't think I need an air purifier. I gotta tell you a funny story about last night, though. This might explain why I slept in. So, alright, so I have, like, my window open, and I have, like, this fan that will, like, exchange air, so it'll force exchange air, which is great, because now, all that, like, bad smell that was coming in from, like, my upstairs neighbors, like, with their cigarette smoking, right? I can just, like, flush out the air in my room, and that's good enough. That's good enough. I just need a little air circulation, and all that, like, issue is completely gone. An air filter will solve the issue for when I need to close the window, right? But it wasn't as bad as it probably sounds, right? It's just a little bit of, like, air quality management will go a long way in this situation. So I had my window open yesterday, right? And I'm laying on my bed, and all of a sudden, my entire room gets flooded in pot smoke. So there must have been somebody sitting outside of my window smoking a doobie last night and blowing it. And all of the smoke got caught into my fan and pushed into my room. And I had to, like, get up and I had to light an incense. And I even had to go over to Anna and I'm like, Anna, step into my room, and as soon as I opened my door, she smelled it immediately. She's like, I don't even need to go in your room, Rain. Like, holy crap. Everywhere. So anyways, I had to burn an incense, and then, like, I started getting, like, really goofy last night on, like, social media, probably because of, like, anyways. And then I slept in really late. And that was how my evening ended yesterday. WTF? I know, right? Listen, I made a comment on social media last night. I'm like, it wouldn't have been so bad if, like, the person who was doing it was smoking some decent stuff. Like, because the stuff they used stunk really bad. It was like the cheap stuff. Like, go out and get some premium good stuff. Then sit outside my window and do that. Listen, it's legal in my state, so it's not a problem here. I don't care if people do it. Just, like, God, just don't do the cheap shit. Please, have some self-respect. Floating away today. Welcome, cutie. I'm doing fine. Just redraw that drawing you made. I can't wait to see it. I'm probably going to work on a little bit of artwork. I also want to work on some more videos. Now that I've got, like, production up and running, I've got, like, a methodology for, like, filming inside of the house. I've got some ideas cooking for, like, things that I want to do on the new channel. Definitely start expecting some more videos out on the second channel. As far as the first channel is concerned, the direction I'm thinking about going on with this channel, with the gaming channel, is I'm probably going to finish remaking the open source gaming videos I did as Numbers Can Be Fun. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the original version of those for members only, for anybody who wants to see those who are a channel member. So you'll be able to go and watch the original version that I did as Numbers Can Be Fun in my, like, old, horrible, like, terrible voice, right? So you'll be able to go and watch that again if you want to, but I'm going to be remaking that video as Rain, and the new video, which will be much better because I'm much better at recording, and I have a good microphone now, and I actually know how to record YouTube videos properly. They should be much better experiences, but they're going to be basically the same approach. I'm just going to open this game. I'm going to record my gameplay experience with it. I'm going to talk about why I think it's a fun open source project, or why it's, like, maybe a game that you should pass, right? Some of them are not always great. Most of them have been pretty fun. Some of them are kind of right? But, like, I figured I'll just give you my genuine thoughts on it again, share that experience, and just get it posted on the channel. I'm going to be doing that in a mix of, like, Luanti and Vox Libre videos. And that's what's going to be, like, the mainstay on the channel. As far as live streaming, we're just going to keep live streaming games. I already posted it on Discord. I'll check it out in a couple of minutes. So we're gonna keep live streaming games like we have been. I'm gonna be doing small open source videos, like open source gaming videos on this channel, as well as like some of the Vox Libre stuff from our server. Live streaming like the mainstream stuff just because it's fun and I like doing it. I just want to keep that going. And then I'm going to be doing more cooking videos and more like other like hobby like IRL stuff on the second channel. Then I know some people are like, what? But what about the Linux channel? That's coming soon, but like let me get a handle on these two channels first. God, running 3 YouTube channels is so hard. At least the nice thing about the Linux channel is that I only really need to put a video up on that like when I have one ready. And I think that's the best way to approach that channel. We opened them sources. Damn right we do. I think no matter what you think these days too, I think we can all agree that Windows is terrible. Like Windows Update, people are afraid of Windows Update, right? Like I'm never afraid to update my computer. Because I have an operating system that actually knows how to operate my system. Now, I am the opinion that Linux Mint is obviously like the best and most like user-friendly Linux experience out there. There are people who will tell me I am wrong, or that that they don't agree with that opinion, which is totally fine. They're welcome to have their own. I still think Linux Mint is like the best one to have. It's so easy to switch over to. I love Windows. I have 2 of them myself. I remember I brought my Linux like gaming laptop in one time to work. And like I was showing my coworker, right? And they were in my office. And we're looking at it and they're like, you know, this is really cool and whatnot, but I still prefer Windows. And I was like, well, if you prefer Windows so much, why don't you use one to leave my office? Natty, welcome to the stream. Hiya, cutie. You're coming in like the Kool-Aid girl. Oh, yeah. I can't do the oh yeah without going into like the really deep like Kool-Aid man voice. Like I can do that, but I gotta actually like hit the low notes. Also did like the scary frog voice for like Anna the other day, and she's like, oh my god, Brain, you sound like a completely different person. We ate them cools. Steak Gaming, you're on it this morning. At least I'm more on it than me. I'm still like, I've got like a quarter like of this monster left in this can and I'm still not awake. Oh god. To me, both Linux Mint and Zorin OS are great for beginners. See, I'm not as familiar with Zorin OS, so I'm gonna have to circle back on that. But that might be a good video to get started with. I'm probably going to have to do the Linux Mint install video first. I think that's like a good place to get started. Then I can jump into something simple like Zorin OS or another similar one that's like really easy to set up. And then over time, I want to get into the more advanced like Linux distros for the Linux channel. My brother uses Catchy OS. What are you guys' opinion on it? I actually have no opinion on it yet because I've never used it. And I like to save my opinions for like pieces of software that I've actually functionally used. I don't like to like piggyback off of other people's opinions and be like, I heard that sucks. I heard it's really bad. You know, it's like, no, I really don't have anything to say about it yet because I've never used it myself. That face when the Linux is fresh? I remember installing Linux Mint on my Chromebook for the first time because that is what I decided to test Linux out on instead of like my main gaming PC. And I was just blown away by the fact that it even worked at all. It ran like absolute hot garbage on that Chromebook, right? But it worked. It worked. And it tried its best to keep working. It would not give up the ghost for anything. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so impressed with this. Don't forget about DistroC in the future. Oh, yes. Yes, that's actually a great resource. I'm glad you brought that up. DistroC is a good website. It's not going to be the best user experience, right, for every distro. Some of those distros could be pretty heavy and hard to load on in a web interface, but they will allow you to try a good number of these distributions right through the website, and that's not a bad way to get a taste for it. Now, in my opinion, the best way to get a taste for it is to install that ISO onto a USB, and you just get that raw Linux directly into that USB port. You just put it right in, you get it into your computer intravenously, you know? You just damn it right in, and you just be like, here you go, here's a pump full of awesomeness. Your computer won't know what hit them. Has anybody here ever freebased Linux? Oh god! Alright, that was a bad joke. Thanks to Windows, my dad needs to get a new work computer, which sucks for me because he has been using the same computer since 2004, and I don't want to explain things to him. Get him Linux Mint, see if he'll take to that. Just be like, hey, look, the new version of Windows changed a couple of things. But it's very similar. He probably won't know. I installed Linux Mint on my mom's laptop, and she uses it just fine. She just needed to know, like, which, like, icon was, like, how to turn, like, the computer on and off, and, like, she just needed to know how to use the web browser. And that was about it. And I'm just like, just call me if you need any help with this. I can help you out with it. Oh, and I changed her start menu to a heart icon because she liked that better. She's like, wow, you can change the menu? And I'm like, yeah, I can write anything you want here. My favorite desktop environment is Cinnamon. I can agree to that. I like Cinnamon the most so far. So far. As of what I have tried, I've enjoyed Cinnamon the most. If you want a Linux distro that looks like Windows XP, Q4 OS, I have it on my laptop with 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it's fast and nostalgic. I'll have to check it out as well. You know, maybe I should have a conversation with you about a couple of these distros before I start these videos up. So far, I've only tried Fedora. I've never used Fedora. I've heard both good and bad things about it, so I'm very curious to try it for myself. Sup, nerds? Hey, Baytran. Yeah, hey, wait, who you calling a nerd? How was your vacation, my friend? I know I keep making this joke, but, you know, your presence here means that my assassins failed to get you on your vacation. I'll have to hire better assassins next time. Okay, I know I started the stream late. It's only been like an hour, but I've got to get like a refill of water and just take a very quick break. So I'm just gonna go do that real quick. Y'all can enjoy the background music for a minute, and I will be right back. All right, I am back. Give me just a second here to get everything like kind of recombobulated. We'll take the break sign off. I'll put my avatar back on the screen. There we go. Wait, what happened to the YouTube chat? I must have like took that down by accident. Whoops, sorry about that. Oh no, now it looks like it's broken. I don't know how to fix that. Oh no, hold on a second. Wait. Is there a way to refresh it? Yay! Okay, alright, there was a way to fix it. Yay! I got hydration. Jack got cheated. I see that Floating Away Today sent in 5 gift memberships. Thank you so much, cutie. Everybody, head pats in the chat for Floating Away Today. I almost missed that one. Oh no, your table is broken? Wait, how did your table get broken? Oh wait, maybe you're just making a joke about our the YouTube chat being broken. Sorry, I'm still waking up. It's easy to pull the wool over my eyes right now. I'm still like not fully functional yet. Oh, I do want to show some things off. Hold on. Let's go over here. I want to show you something. And then I'm going to put something to a vote real quick. Hold on. Pictures. Drawings. Rain. No. It's not going to be in drawings. It would be in thumbnails. So it would be in video editing. YouTube. Title cards. Where is it? Come on. Load it in already. We've got a whole channel of people waiting. Okay, where the hell is it? Okay, for realsies. Oh god, I've got to get my shit organized. I am a hot mess here. Oh my god, everything is just everywhere in this folder. Arrange by modification date. I think that'll do it. There it is. Got it. Oh, thank goodness. Sorry, I know that took a minute. This right here. Yay! We got it! So, here is the new thumbnail for the upcoming live stream. I wanted to show it off. Obviously, y'all saw this drawing already, but I wanted to show, like, the thumbnail that I made out of it. Oh, that's a meme? Oh, God. Wow, I'm really missing the mark this morning. So, and if you haven't, like, seen, like, what I've been posting about in the Discord, I've been, like, already, like, making some, like, color palette changes to the base game and stuff like that, so they're a little bit more trans-themed. Trans-coded, if you will. Arthur, welcome to the stream. I see you there. I don't know if you want me to call you that or not. I can call you any name you'd like. I could also call you 3571 if that's what you prefer. Not sure if that's your last name. Definitely very unique. Miss Rain's art is so good. I'm glad you love it. I think especially with the eye looking at the title, it really works. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds is my favorite Zelda game because they're the only ones I ever played, but it's the best one in Zelda in general. So I grew up with my very first one being A Link to the Past, then I played Link's Awakening, then I played 1 and 2 on the NES. That was like, I know it's a little out of order, but that's how I ended up playing the games. I'm glad you like it. So I'm going to put this up to a vote, because I know there was a lot of folks that were very much interested in doing more Celeste, which I'm fine with doing like 1 or 2 more Celeste, but I also have a very strong interest in moving topics along on the channel. So, 1 more Celeste stream or Zelda. Start Zelda right away. We want more Celeste. Oh, no. We demand more Celeste. There we go. I'll go ahead. I'll start that poll up. We'll just see where, like, everybody's thoughts are on it. It just helps me make a decision. Miss Joshua, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you, cutie. You're just in time for the poll. So yeah, go ahead. Everybody vote right now. And then by the time we're done with this stream, I'll get something up on the schedule for it. Yume Nikki. I know. I had a feeling you were going to recommend that one. Don't worry. We're getting to all these games. But, like, what's really nice about Link's Awakening is it's, like, maybe 15 hours long at most. Like, it's going to be, like, 1 or 2 streams. Maybe 3 at most. It's not a long game. Ooh, the chat seems to be pretty split on this. A lot of people wanted Celeste. I recommend a 10-hour Rain ASMR reading Baytran story stream. I feel like. Actually, that wouldn't be a terrible thing. You know what we really should do, though, Baytran? Like, I don't know about 10 hours, right? But I think we need to get a community stream scheduled, maybe for next week, and we'll do it on this day instead. So for Monday, we'll take a look at, like, all the recent stories and, like, art and stuff like that, and we'll do one of those streams again. So Maddie, Baytran, and Lemon Zest, y'all need to get a hold of me after today's stream so we can start planning that. Said you all are quote-unquote community leaders. How many hearts do you have in Celeste? I don't actually remember. I definitely didn't finish all the content yet, but that's why I wanted to ask to see if, like, what people wanted to do. Do they want me to keep playing more Celeste? I can play more Celeste. I don't mind, but I also don't mind, like, jumping into the next topic either. I just heard about Cave Story. That is going to get added to my list, but it's going to be closer to the bottom. I'll keep this poll up for a while, too, in case people want to change their minds or anything. I played Cave Story, and all I got from it is that I'm bad at Cave Story. Oh my god, I did for a little bit last night. So I finally set up and got, like, my 8-bit Duo pink controller finally working. And I finally gave away that really bad Logitech controller. And for those who don't know, I was playing Celeste on, like, one of those, like, really old wired Logitech controllers. That's how I ended up beating the game. That came as a shock to a lot of folks. They didn't realize I, like, had beat the game like that. Hold on, let me show you. I made a post on YouTube yesterday about it. Let me go over to my channel. Yeah, hold on. I'll pull it up real quick. I think it's this one. There we go. For anyone wondering, yes, this is the controller I beat Celeste on. So is that old Logitech controller? Your Logitech controller makes me uncomfortable. That rocky D-pad drove me insane. That was the D-pad I used the entire time to beat the game. And this is what I meant when I said I had to move, like, weird from, like, the control stick to, like, the D-pad back and forth. That's what I was complaining about. Ew, burn it! Oh, wired controllers are the best for platforming. So I have a wired 8-bit Duo controller I just didn't set up. And I started playing Celeste on it. And I've had this controller for years and years. So I was like, well, I guess you're coming to the top of the mountain with me. One last game. Let's do it. It's a Player 2 controller. Guess who I gave it to? Anna has it now. I was like, here you go. This thing's a relic. It's come all the way to the top of Celeste with me. When Anna saw that controller and she's like, wait, you beat Celeste on this? She was like, I'm even more impressed now. Oh my goodness, I love that. Arthur, thank you so much for the super head pat. Everybody, head pats in the chat for Arthur. Thank you so much, cutie. I do want to play Risk of Rain. I've not only made that joke several times, but that is on my list. I don't actually own the game yet. The only other Rain-related game I do own that is on my list that we will be playing soon is Rain World. I do have Rain World, and that is coming up soon. So what's very likely going to happen is we're going to play Link's Awakening, which is going to be like a shorter, easier style game for me to play for like a couple of streams. Then we're going to get into Subnautica. And then from there, I can either start up Kenshi again, or we can do like Risk of Rain or Rain World or one of those other kind of games. Also, my Logitech has a problem with the D-pad not registering. Because it has that, like, really weird, wobbly, like, D-pad setup. Half the reason I kept, like, angling wrong in, like, Celeste is because it's so hard to change from up to down without hitting the corners on that thing. And I kept joking it was a skill issue, but I really do feel like the D-pad is just really bad. Because I played Celeste for a few minutes on my new controller, and it's like, oh my god, it's so much easier to play the game. Yes, it's a feature! It's like, I'm sure you wanted to go up, left, and right at the same time. Nail color reveal. I have to actually paint my nails. It's been a couple of weeks. I just with the move and everything, like, for obvious reasons, I haven't done it. But now that I've, like, settled in to the, like, into the place and, like, I'm cooking again, I might even do, like, a painting video where I just paint my nails. Also, I have taken I've taken it apart, the controller apart to clean it and fix the USB, and it's all cheap membrane. I can't imagine that it's got the strongest build quality. Oh yeah, that is Anna's hand in this photo. I forgot about that. She took this picture. Okay, so 61% of you said start Zelda right away. Whoa, free hand pics. Hey, at least my feet aren't in the photo. Well, it would be Anna's feet, but at least nobody's feet are in the photo. Y'all are not satisfied by my face reveal anymore. I get it. It's okay. Rainey's chopped liver. I'm still kind of shocked that I actually did the face reveal at all. Let me go into the Discord. I want to take a look at some of the art. I know Unknown posted something. I think. Well, let's take a look at like what's been posted since yesterday. I think like right about here is a good place to go. All right, hold on. Let me just switch it up in OBS so you can actually see what I see. All right, so this is our art channel in Discord. Ah, I see Yosh has posted a new panel in their comic. I love this. I can't wait till they're finished. They've been working on this for a really, 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 really long time. And then we have former copy Yakiumo with a Teto sketch. Really cute. Ah, and there we go. Unknown, I see it here. This is good. I like it. You're actually doing a really good job with the body shape. The face proportions are always tough, aren't they? I like that you have placeholders in here. This is a good outline. This is a good basis to, like, actually work from. A lot of, like, and I'm sure you've seen my drawings, Unknown. This is, like, I just try to get a general idea on paper. Like, a lot of, like, my sketches will look like this, where it's just, like, a representation of some kind of idea that I want. And then what I do is I try to improve the line work from there. But this would be, like, a really good representation of like what my initial sketch on an idea would look like, because like I'm not interested in drawing out like something super pretty if it's like the overall idea isn't gonna work, right? Is it too late for me to place my weapon art? Go ahead, put it in the go ahead and put it in the art channel right now. I'll take a look at it. Hi Lillian, welcome to the stream. Raven, go ahead, post your art now. I'll look at it on stream right now. I love looking at people's sketch work though, Unknown. So like I really do like this. And I think you can go somewhere with this. Just keep practicing. Like I said, this isn't too far off from like where I started also. Oh, Anna's already taken a page from the cooking video and made herself a breakfast burrito. Head pats for Anna for making her own breakfast burrito, even though I was literally there to teach her how to do it yesterday. Of all the people, she has the least excuse not to know how to cook it because she like filmed it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the poll because now I'm realizing it's covering up the text on the screen and y'all can't, like, read the chat properly. I had many on my cruise. Oh, you were on a cruise? Oh, that's God. Oh, God, I would never gonna get on a cruise. I'm sorry, the pandemic taught me to never get on a cruise liner. I saw the video and made myself one for breakfast too. It was really nice. I went for the scrambled kind. A lot of people observed that I didn't use any spices or salt or pepper at all with it. I don't like to have a lot of spices in the morning. Like when I first wake up, I don't like to like put a ton of seasoning on my food. Also, I know this is gonna sound weird to some folks, but I just like the flavor of my eggs unadulterated. Like, I think eggs in and of themselves taste good. It doesn't really need a lot of salt and pepper to, like, I don't know, like, just the base flavor of scrambled eggs in and of itself, which is a very neutral flavor, but I still like it. And I feel like the cheese has enough salt in it to, like, add what it needs. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of adding a ton of salt and pepper to my eggs. Ray just likes the taste of raw. I just crack those raw eggs straight into my mouth. Yum, yum. Gotta get that girl protein in. I can't even imagine myself eating like 2 raw eggs from like a glass. Oh god. I've watched movies like that before too, where like I can't remember. I think it was Rocky or something like that. I can't remember what film it was, but like they crack like the 2 or 3 raw eggs in the glass and just drink it. I'm like, bleh. Even when I was like bodybuilding way back in the day, and I was like getting like in good shape, I would never do things like that. It's so gross. Just cook your egg whites up in the pan like scrambled eggs. Come on now. Don't be ridiculous. Oh god. Y'all should have seen some of the crazy shit I used to do to work out. It's actually low-key insane. I've sent some people the videos. I used to do these things to like, alright, because like, a lot of the reason why I was bodybuilding was because I was very interested in flattening my chest. I had always had a very feminine-looking chest my entire life. And I thought, hey, if I get really skinny and ripped, I'll finally get rid of my chest and I'll just look like, you know, everyone else. That didn't work, by the way. Nothing I ever did, didn't matter how much I exercised, could never flatten my chest. That was probably a sign in and of itself, but that didn't matter. I didn't know that back then. I used to do these things called overhead push-ups. And basically, what they were is I would get up and I would do like a handstand against the wall with like my feet against like my toes up on the wall. And I would do like inverted handstand push-ups, like using my feet to guide me on the wall so I don't fall over. And that is like part of like the exercise routine I would do to help like flatten my chest. I do have a video for this. I don't show it to anybody because like I have my shirt off in it, and like I just don't like people seeing me looking like that. Like obviously I look very different now. But I have done them. I do have the videos for it. It's really insane. I can't believe the lengths I used to go to like correct my own body image. My genetics hate me. That's what the gym bros used to tell me too. Because I'd be there for months and I'd still be like the skinniest dude around. Like not getting like any muscle mass. And they'd just be like, wow, you've got really bad genetics. And I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, here's the thing. I got stronger. Right? So I could lift as much weight as some of the people there, but I just wasn't getting bigger. Like my muscles weren't like popping out. I just moved the weight, which is fine. I guess like for like a core strength perspective, it's fine to be able to move static weight, but I wasn't interested in that. I was interested in getting like a different body physique. It was so frustrating for me and I couldn't figure it out like to save my life. And now that I'm on estrogen and I'm on HRT, it's like, wow, all of this makes sense now. All that wasted effort for nothing. Now you just have bad genetics. How about I just had a hormone imbalance? In fact, I needed less testosterone, not more of it. Ray deserves more hugs. You all deserve more hugs. You know what? Why don't we do a group hug in the chat? Everybody gets a hug this morning. I went for the scrambled egg kind. Oh, you went for the best kind in my opinion. I like the scrambled egg version myself, Mr. Bad with Names. Oh, you've been streaming for an hour? I woke up late too, Thomas. Welcome to the stream, kitty. Wait, have you been here? Oh god, now I feel really bad. Anyways, I woke up late to the stream because I overslept. My brain's only still half on. I haven't really had any coffee. I chugged like an emergency monster right as the stream was getting started. I'm gonna go sleep now. Good night, everybody. You're making the right move. Get some good rest, my friend. I'm so glad to have had you here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Or a wonderful night's rest. Also, muscle mass is neat. So, like, my original goal there, Arthur, was to, like, get big. I remember telling my friend, I'm like, they're like, so what are your gym goals? And I'm like, I want to be a juggernaut. I want to be huge. It's like, it's so ridiculous now that I think about it. It's just like, my goals were so, it's like, what do I want to be? I want to be the most, like, man I could possibly be. So nobody can question anything anymore. Right? Like, if I become, like, this huge, like, ripped gym bro, like, nobody will question if I'm a girl or anything, right? Like, they can't possibly think that anymore. So anyways, my whole, like, goal and mindset was, like, based in toxic masculinity. I wasn't even doing it for, like, myself. It was more for, like, this toxic, like, self-image issue I had. Right? It would have been one thing if I was like, yeah, I want to get healthy and I want to just, like, you know, increase, like, my size a little bit. That would have probably been, like, a healthy answer. Not like, I need to be the pinnacle of manliness. I just came back from making my girlfriend dinner. Oh, what did you cook her? And also, how did it come out? Well, I'll tell you, best thing I've ever done is take estrogen and not go to the goddamn gym anymore. That place sucks anyways. It's so intense all the time. And there's, like, all these, like, unwritten rules and etiquette that you gotta, like, learn. Like, gym bro culture. It's so dumb. I hate it. I'm so glad I don't have to participate in any of that crap anymore. I don't have to talk about sports anymore either, which is great. Because I can just be like, I'm just a girl. I don't know anything about sports. And I know there are girls out there that are super into sports, but, like, at least it's nice to have that card and just be like, yeah, sports. Nope, not for me. Manliest man in the manosphere is a cute cat girl on the internet. Who would have thunk, right? I brought this up to Anna the other day when we were talking about it, but it's like, even if you went back in time and told me and, like, brought, like, actual evidence, it was like, you're gonna become a cat girl VTuber on YouTube one day, I would not believe you. I would not believe you. I'd be like, you're making this up. You're lying, right? Like, that's obviously, like, a Photoshop picture of me. I would never do that, right? I'd be in complete denial about it still. And then I'd be like, how did you know my secrets? I'd probably be more upset that you knew about it, right, than anything else. I think I'd actually be angry. Like, if I'm, like, being honest about, like, who I used to be back then, I think I would have just been pissed off. I would have been like, this is not true, and now I hate you. Is this what they call a performative male? Oh, God. You know what song really woke me up to all of it? Like, right before, like, I made, like, a lot of positive changes was that song Mesmerizer. It's got Miku and Teto in it, and they're dressed up in, like, service worker uniforms, like fast food service worker uniforms, and they're dancing. If anybody hasn't listened to that song, the lyrics of that song are incredibly dark, they're incredibly sharp, they're jagged, and they go right for the kill. They are very blunt, and if anybody doesn't know what the song is about, it's about very bluntly putting into your face that you're living a lie, right? You're living a lie, and, like, you need to stop. You need to stop with the lie. You need to stop with it because it's, like, obviously killing you. And when I saw the lyrics of that song, I was like, holy shit, this song, like, felt like it was, like, written directly for me. So, like, that was, like, one of the things where I was like, holy shit, maybe I just need to stop. Maybe I just really do need to stop before I go, like, insane one day. Because that was the last line of the song is, like, you know, you gotta take it easy before you go blind someday. And it's like, yeah, Yeah, I really do. I really do need to do that. I know someone who is now Miss Rain was back then. I mean, hey, they might be. I'm not saying that everybody who does that is going to end up as a transgender woman in the future, but I'm definitely going to say it ended up happening for me. And I had no idea. I had no idea I'd come out as trans one day. Like, I was in so much denial, I didn't even know what was wrong with myself. Oh, that one? Yeah, I think I've heard someone mention it. I love art that's willing to bash you over the... I like when somebody plunges their artistic, emotional knife deep into my heart. That is something I really respect about art. That's why I love, like dark art a lot. That's, like, not afraid to, like, put it, like, right in your... I do that with a lot of my own art, too. The problem, everything is a lie. Even saying the sentence, everything is a lie. Making everything true. I mean, I was... Honestly, I don't want to say, like, everything about me was a lie, but let's say, like, 80% of it was, like, this constructed facade of military trauma, military, like, candor, and, like, this hyper masculinity, and, like, always just trying to prove to people that I'm as man as I say I am. So, like, I never enjoyed drinking black coffee. I never enjoyed it, but I would drink black coffee, and that's all I would drink. And I'd make a point to point it out to people that I was drinking black coffee. And I'd be like, yeah, you gotta drink that black coffee. Put some hair on your chest, right? I hate black coffee. I don't know why I drank that. That's disgusting. I only was doing it to prove to people that I'm, like, more manly than they are, right? It's stupid. And I hate it, and it's gross. I never enjoyed drinking black coffee. I only did it because the expectation was that it made me more manly. Yeah, it can be effective. Now you are more effective, you. I agree, Arthur. Thank you so much. Black coffee tastes like industrial waste, especially the black coffee I make in my French press. Like, I don't think it could even be consumed by another human. You definitely need to cut it with some sort of, like, cream-based product. Coffee is evil! No, it's not. That's my, like, lifeblood. You're also the person to order black coffee without specifying, yup, just black coffee. Just give it to me straight. Give it to me straight, girl. Wait, actually, don't give it to me straight. Give it to me gay. I prefer my coffee to be super gay these days. Yes, I will take that soy milk creamer that you offer now. Yes, I'll take that. And I'll take some sugar. And I'll take some cream. Oh, and you got some honey. I'll take a dollop of that. Yep, yum, yum. I like black coffee, and if you like black coffee, it's fine, right? But, like, the point I'm making here is that I never enjoyed black coffee, and the only reason I was drinking it that way is to, like, for some sort of, like, point I was trying to prove to people. And for, like, what? What? For a social interaction that lasts 30 seconds, I'm gonna make myself suffer through, like, drinking black coffee? No wonder why I was miserable all the time. And that's just one thing I would do. I would do that with drinking, too. Like, now I would never drink whiskey. I don't like whiskey. I used to tell people whiskey was my favorite drink. And you know what I would tell them? I'd be like, I like my whiskey neat and warm. Neat and warm, so no ice. And, like, room temperature. Like, oh, God, that is the worst way to drink it. Oh, God. I would do this to myself on purpose. But I can't let anybody see me drink one of those, like, can't let anybody see me drink a Sex on the Beach. They might think I'm a girl or something. I make my coffee pink. How do you make it pink? So, alright, if you want the, like, the cheeky answer, honestly, just a little bit of, like, food coloring in, a little bit of food coloring will work, or alternatively, if you want to add flavor to it, you could use strawberry, like that strawberry milk sauce, and mix that in with your cream before you add it to your coffee, and that'll give it a nice pink hue. So that, like, that syrup to make strawberry milk, that'll work too. Why would you drink warm whiskey? Well, I don't know, because I guess it's more manly to drink it that way. You know, I'm thinking like Clint Eastwood style, like he's sitting in the, like, the dark, like, dank bar, just, you know, staring at that, like, warm glass of whiskey, contemplating his life, right? Like, that was, like, kind of the vibe I was going for, with, like, that, like, with that, like, grimace that, like, Clint Eastwood always has, that, like, really gruff, manly one. Like, that was the vibe I was trying to go for there. I'm not touching distilled alcohol again. I don't drink anymore, thankfully. I did like beer. So, like, I would tell people my two favorite drinks were beer and whiskey. I don't want that man coffee that's black. I want girl coffee that's pink. I love that. It's super tough to hate what you're drinking. Oh yeah, PSA, don't drink an entire bottle of gin in one evening alone. Oh god, an entire bottle of gin? You must have been in and out of the bathroom the next day. Oh my goodness, like, you must have, like, basically just lived next to the toilet. I'd be wrecked. You know what else is awful to me is tequila. Ugh. Especially Jose Cuervo. Do not drink Jose Cuervo. Right? Do yourself a favor. If you actually care about yourself in any meaningful capacity, do not put Jose Cuervo into your body. It's like white wine and Jägermeister. Oh, God. I can't think of, like, a worse combination than that, comic. What the hell? Who would drink white wine and Jägermeister? Oh, God. Yeah, like, I'll take my white, like, sparkling, delicious wine with, like, a shot of, like, black licorice in it, please. And there's nothing wrong with black licorice. I think black licorice tastes fine, but I do not want that in my white wine. My room smelled of vomit for a week. Oh god, gin vomit is the worst smell too. Probably also tequila vomit, I would say, is also probably a horrifying smell. Oh, is it doing great for the next few days? I mean, that's why they call it pick your poison, folks. Like, just remember that. You are literally poisoning yourself when you drink. It is literally a poison, and it will literally, like, do bad things to you. It can literally kill you, too. Jägermeister makes you less likely to vomit if you can keep it down. I used to do Jaeger bombs. Oh, God. No Jaeger bombs for me. I'm good. God, I can't even imagine doing a Jaeger bomb at, like, 40 years old. Holy crap, I'd probably have a heart attack. Like, how did Rainy die? She went to the bar and tried a Jaeger bomb for some reason. Me and my girlfriend are people with strong tolerance to alcohol, so we had to chug 3 whole bottles of sake. So I've actually got a decently strong tolerance to alcohol. I've got a decently strong tolerance to everything, unfortunately. Also, green peppermint is popular here. See, I would definitely prefer the taste of green peppermint than black licorice. Okay, you want to know, like, a really good mixed cocktail that I used to do with whiskey? So you take yourself whiskey, right, which is black by itself, right? But you still want the appearance that you're drinking straight whiskey. What you do is you add a can of delicious apple cider to it. And a shot of cinnamon fireball. And you mix those 3 things together in the cup, and it still looks like a big old glass of whiskey. But it's a much more delicious cocktail now. I've never drank alcohol before, so I have no idea what my tolerance is. I used to have a bad relationship with alcohol. So I used to have a healthy relationship with alcohol for a while. And I would only drink sometimes, and I was a beer distributor for a while, and I would sell beer, so I would drink, like, some of my own, like, company product. But, like, I wasn't really, like, really into drinking. What ended up happening is after my accident, what I started, like, trying to come off of my pain medication because I was, like, they were prescribing me really strong stuff, some, like, really strong opioids and stuff, so, like, Oxycontin and stuff like that. Right. And I didn't want to stay on that because that's really bad. You don't want to get, like, develop, like, a tolerance or an addiction to that stuff. So I got off of that medication, and this is, like, back when I was, like, first exploring, like, different pain alternatives. And, like, what I found is just like, oh, hey, if I drink 2 beers at night, not only can I sleep, but, like, hey, all my pain went away. So I started getting into a real bad habit, like, where I was drinking. And, like, I would do that once in a while, and then it would become like, okay, well, you know what? Why not 2 nights in a row, right? Since I was able to finally sleep, right? So why don't we just do that for a second night in a row? And then it's like, well, okay, that worked so good the first 2 nights. Why don't we just drink again for the 3rd night in a row? And the next thing you know, the next thing I knew is my entire life was working for, like, literally 12 hours a day, coming home, doing a live stream, then drinking 2 beers, passing out, and then just waking straight up, taking a shower, and then going right back to work again. And, like, going through that same cycle every single day. And it was absolute torture for, like, my mental health. Because, like, I was just literally drinking away all my problems. Literally drinking away all my pain, all my problems. And you could argue 2 beers is not that much, but it was what I was doing with the alcohol and my relationship with it that was the bigger issue than the actual quantity of alcohol that I was drinking and how drunk I would get. And that's where I was like, I have a problem. That was, like, one of the first things I fixed with my transition is I quit drinking. Like, one of the very first things I did was no more alcohol. That sounds miserable. It is miserable. I was miserable. I hated myself. I hated my life. I just, like, to like, put, like, a head on it, right? What my life had become was struggling to stay on my feet because back then I, like, refused to use a wheelchair at all. And I had my office set up, like, where I could basically, like, walk in through the front door and just, like, hop right into my office. And I used to get around all day by, like, kicking, like, my good foot with my office chair and just wheeling to, like, each person's desk because I didn't want to use my wheelchair. And, like, I'd force myself to walk around on my feet all the time, which would cause me all this additional pain. And then I would stay at work for way too long, sitting in that uncomfortable office chair for hours and hours and hours, getting yelled at by customers. And I was, like, the department manager, so I always get the worst of the worst. Like, I get the super escalated problem customers that the company is, like, expecting us to have, like, a good outcome for. People who are, like, actually gonna legitimately open up lawsuits against us and stuff like that. Those are the type of people. So, like, my 12 hours a day was dealt managing my staff, doing all of that. It was like a 60-hour work week. And I would come home, and my only respite from that was live streaming 3 times a week for, like, an hour or 2 after work. And everything was fine because, like, with that, I had found some sort of balance. It wasn't a healthy balance, right? But in that, I found enough of a balance where I was like, I can get through every single day. But once things started going wrong at work and they demanded more of my time and I couldn't live stream and make my content anymore, well, then that was it. All I was doing was, like, drinking, sleeping, waking up, going to work for 12 hours, and just wash, rinse, and repeat. And I tried to do that for, like, a couple of months. And, like, all my life was, like, suffering, pain, and working. And that's it. That's all I would do, was just basically suffer every day. And I'd just sit at work, and I'd be in, like, horrible pain. And I couldn't take any pain medication at work because I work with, like, electrical schematics. So I can't be, like, all fucked up on, like, painkillers and shit and, like, trying to help my service techs, like, read an electrical diagram over the phone. right? So I have to be straight. I have to be like on it. So like the only time like that I could have anything like that was pain management related was like at night after work, and that's why I like went to the beer. It was quick, it was cheap, it was easy. It felt good to drink it, and like quote unquote made me relax, even though it doesn't make you relaxed, right? It made my pain go away, right? But again, these are the specific things that I identified were my unhealthy relationships with alcohol. Me too, I had to start thinking clear. Brain makes the pain go away. That sounds miserable. I read that one already. The main reason I've avoided drinking alcohol my whole life is because I think I would develop a drinking problem. If you think you will, don't even get started at all. There's no reason to. I mean, you can get 80% of what like alcohol tastes like just from the smell alone. So you're really not missing out on anything. Just smell it. Me too. I had to start thinking clear. For me and my girlfriend, for our first date, it was an alcohol drinking challenge. Well, you both are still really young. And I mean, it's fine to drink a bit excessively in your youth. I don't want to be like a party pooper and like rain on anybody's parade and just be like, well, I can't drink at all. You can. Just be responsible with it. Have a plan. Have designated drivers. Like, don't get yourself into bad situations. Right? If you know you're going to get yourself really messed up, have a plan to get you into bed safely that evening. A friend. Somebody that you could really trust. Right? I understand some of you have never been blackout drunk. When you're blackout drunk, you really are like completely unconscious. You will have no idea what anybody does to you. So make sure you're with people you trust. Right? Having to be straight must have been torture for, God, like the first 20 years of my life. You have no idea. You know what's really funny about all of that, too? Is when I was working there, we hired a transgender woman. And she was really sweet, and I really liked her a lot, and we became friends, like, really quickly when she started. And she gifted me the trans flag that I have hung up on my wall. I know I've told this story a bunch of times, but I like telling it. And inside it, and I asked her why she gave it to me, and she's just like, oh, because you were so supportive, and like, yada, 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 right? Like, you made me feel so welcome here, and like, you know, like, it's really rare to see that, and like, you know, in workplaces. I was like, oh, thank you. So on the inside of the packaging, when I opened it up to like hang up the trans flag on my wall, which also probably should have been a sign, me as a cis ally hanging a trans flag on my wall. But anyways, on the inside of the package, she had wrote, "You are loved." And at the time, I didn't know what that meant. I feel like she knew something that I didn't know. I would talk to her about like what I would do on YouTube, and I told her, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like part of this community, and like it's a trans community, and I'm on like transfem.social. But I'm an ally, right? And she's like, wow, that's so cool. I can't believe you hang out there. And I'm like, yeah, like they're all my friends. They're really cool. I love how like honest people can be there. Right? And then like I would show her some of my art, and I would be like, hey, look, I put like the trans colors into this drawing, and I'd show her like my K Angel drawing. And she'd be like, wow. Now, I was like just doing this to be supportive and like to have fun with like my art and stuff, but like she obviously saw something that I didn't see. So I think that's why she wrote that on the inside of the packaging for the flag. Very cisgender things to say. I'm sure she probably several times after our conversation was like, that's definitely a trans woman. She's probably like, that girl's trans. Oh, that poor girl is so deep in the closet, she doesn't even know. I'm glad she wrote that, though. And that's why I keep that flag. I cherish it. I will never let anything happen to that flag. That is my flag. My girlfriend and I last week had a date, but she surprises me with making us join alcohol drinking contests. That is a big thing over in Japan. Oh, hi, Lumo. Wait, Lumi? Is it Lumi? I think it's Lumi. I don't know why I said Lumo. Hi, Lumi. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. Great to have you here, kitty. I saw the flag. Literally in Narnia, I know. And like she would like look at my art and she's like, "So you mostly draw girls?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I don't know. They're just more fun to draw like that, I guess. Like, I don't know. I just don't really like drawing boys." And she's just like, "You just draw girls because they're better?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's just like, I can't even imagine how many like times she's probably like, I definitely wasn't projecting anything through my artwork by drawing pretty much exclusively women. Definitely wouldn't have been like a self-reflection of my own personal desires, right? God, I don't want a psychologist to look at my artwork. I can't even imagine what they would have to say about it. There's an imposter among us. You know what? Honestly, I can see that. We also had a trans mask start working there right before I quit. And he was really cool too. I was in with all the trans folks at work. Again, probably should have been a sign. It's like, oh, we hired 2 people from the trans community. Let me go befriend them instantly. Me making most cool NPC women, all her favorite games have female leads. Yeah, I know, right? There's always subtle signs everywhere. I found out that most, like, cis men, actually, like, when they play video games and they make video game characters, they usually play as women. I found out I was not one of those people. I always made man characters, and they were always, like, super strong and, like, super ripped. And I would always play as that. Because, you know, why would I play as a girl? I'm not a girl. And then I would ask my friends about it, and they're like, well, yeah, like, the girls are hot. Like, that's why I play as the girl. Like, it's more fun to look at while I'm playing the game. And I'm like, really? No, I want it to look like me. Like, I want it to be the fantasy version of me in my head. We won the contest against 4 men by drinking 2 bottles of gin and sake? Oh god, I can't drink like that anymore. I know what you're talking about though, Raven, because like, while it's not Japan, China also has a similar drinking culture, and I got caught up in drinking like that one time with a bunch of old guys at a dinner. And they don't stop. They don't stop. It doesn't end. It never ends. You know when it ends? When you're like nearly passed out on the table. That's when it ends. Tenno, welcome to the stream, cutie. I see you there. Trans being intensified. Most of the LGBTQIA people in my hometown works for the same guy. I mean, it's nice that they have like a place to work in your community. There used to be aphorism, there are no girls on the internet, which wasn't true back then and is extra not true now. I mean, here's the thing. I remember back in the day when like the old verification meme was like the shoe on the head. That was my favorite thing. It's like, oh, you're really a girl? Put a shoe on your head and take a picture. And you know how many people would actually put a shoe on their head and take a picture of themselves? Now for me, that was like my favorite way to troll people. Because it's innocent, right? Like, at worst, like, they just took an embarrassing photo of themselves. Shoe on head was awesome. I loved it. It's like, I don't know. I need you to prove that that's really you. Can you put a shoe on your head and take a photo? We used to have, like, all these, like, weird verification techniques before, like, modern internet, like, allowed us to, like, have a lot more trust between individuals, right? But, like, we used to be, like, throw up, like, this unique gang sign in the photo to, like, verify that it's really you taking the picture. I want you to hold up your index finger, middle finger, pinky, and hold it at, like, a 45-degree angle next to your face. Go, take the picture. Then we wait 30 minutes for me to download it to verify that it's really you. We were so dumb back then. I used to record stuff off my N64, like music, and I used to send it to people and lie that I was a musician. They'd be like, wow, you're so talented. This is so great. And I'd be like, oh, like... I was like, I don't know, probably 10 back then. I was a little monster on the internet. I was a little troll. Not like today's trolls, right? Where like people actually seriously get like messed up in their lives. That's not a troll. That's like just harming people. Trolling is like when you get them to do something silly, right? Like, I have, like, lines on practical joke. Okay, so you want to know, like, a really funny practical joke that I think is funny? When, like, obviously you could only do this with somebody, like, you're in a relationship with, because otherwise it'd be weird to be in the bathroom with them, right? But if you're in the bathroom with your significant other, right, and they're washing their hair with shampoo and they're starting to rinse it out, you can reach over the shower curtain and, like, while their head is down, you could add more shampoo to the back of their head. So that they have to keep rinsing it out. And to me, that's a really funny practical joke. Because it's just confusing and it doesn't really hurt anybody. Now, a bad version of that practical joke would be to take an ice cold glass of water and while they're in a hot shower, dump the cold water on them. Now that is a bad practical joke. Because they could go into shock over that, right? Like, they could slip. It could, like, they could have a jump scare. You don't know if the floor of the shower is wet. Like, and also, you just don't know what their mood is. Like, what if they're having, like, a deep thought, reflective moment, and you just, like, shook them out of it? I also lie about my musical skills. I know. You're always saying they're terrible and they're amazing. You need to stop doing that, my brother. The guy everyone works for has a restaurant with an adjacent bar and a gas station store. Rain, when you were 10, it was still called the 13 Colonies. Oh, God. I remember George Washington. You know, he didn't chop down a cherry tree. It was actually an apple tree. You know, history gets that fact wrong, but Rainy was there. Rainy remembers. This piece of software is called Book of Ever-Changing Names. It's an old-timey name gen program. I stumbled upon it because it was used in development of the Elder Scrolls games. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna have to check that out later. I need to get back into music. Were you around for Dark Raven's music class yesterday? I'm helping Dark Raven put together a video for that. It's gonna be really good. Like, the song that he was making yesterday was so awesome. Oh, I am starting to get hungry. I have not eaten at all today. I literally woke up and just started live streaming and chugged a Monster on an empty stomach. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Maraday. Let me go ahead. I'll read what you wrote in Ko-Fi. Everybody, head pats in the chat for Maraday. Alright, let me get it open. Let me see what they wrote. Can't sign into chat as I'm watching this at work, but enjoying the stream. Shoe on the head emote when? I could probably do some fan art for that. That'd actually be a really silly drawing. Would y'all like me to do some fan art for shoe on the head? I think I could draw myself taking like a selfie in the mirror with the shoe in the head. Just be like, why did they ask me for this? Also, thank you all so much for the support. I cannot believe that we're already 57% to the goal. Like, I set this up earlier this month. Kind of like, not really expecting to get too far with it. We may actually get this. We may actually get this before the end of May. The age where I only know shoe on head. I think that'd be a very silly, like, one-frame comic to do. What shoes does Raid wear? Anna, you know what shoes I wear. It's either those, like, really cool, over-the-top, like, boots with the skulls all over them. Or, it's my pink Crocs. And yes, Rainy wears Crocs. I know some of you will have some very strong opinions on the Crocs, but for a disabled girl, trust me, there is no better footwear. I only ate a bag and a half of chips and popcorn today. Puts huge black skull boot on head. You know what? I should too. You know what I could do for the drawing reference? I could just take a picture of myself doing that. Like a selfie with the boot on the head. And just draw that and then just turn it into my avatar. I did that for one of my other drawings. Hold on, let me pull it up on Ko-Fi real quick. I'll show you. Because I actually did that already for one of my drawing references. And I'll show you which drawing I did it for. Hold on. Oh, I don't need this up anymore. I can close this. Let's go over here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so for this drawing that's coming up on screen right now, this one, I actually posed in the mirror for this and took a picture with, like, my hand. So the lower part of my arm is actually where I took the picture, and I, like, angled it upwards towards the mirror. But I actually stood in front of the mirror and took that picture. And then I drew it. I did the shampoo prank on my girlfriend as a result and slept on the couch. Hey, I didn't say there wouldn't be consequences to pranks. But I did say that that's at least like a safe and friendly way to practical joke somebody. Right? Like, I'm always a big fan of, like, neutral, like, pranks that don't really ruin people's days too much, right? Like, you get over it in a few minutes. Like, salt in the sugar bowl is, like, the classic. I love to do salt in the sugar bowl. That is my favorite one. Because it's like, what did you do? You ruined maybe 1 cup of coffee for them, at most. I'm always willing to make somebody a fresh new pot of coffee if I pull that prank on them. But like, don't worry, I got you. I'll get you some more coffee. At least be willing to make up for it if you're gonna do it. So I used to pull that joke on my mom all the time when I was growing up. And she started wising up to it, right? She would eventually start, like, licking her finger and testing the top of, like, the sugar bowl to see if there was salt in it. So I would watch her do that, right? And I was like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So what I did is I poured salt in the sugar bowl. And then I poured a thin layer of sugar on top of it. So when she tested it to see if it was sugar or salt, she was like, oh, it's sugar. But then when she stuck the spoon in, she still got a big old spoonful of salt. That was like one of my favorite ways to do practical jokes on my mom for like April Fool's Day. Oh, another one that I got. I can't remember where I even got this from, but I got this thing and it was like, it looks like a real like can of just like standard can of like anything, right? And on the label, it says rattlesnake eggs, right? So it's a can of like preserved rattlesnake eggs. But here's where the practical joke comes in. When you take the can out and you like lean it over at an angle with the label facing up, the can starts shaking and rattling like a rattlesnake, like in your hand. So I got this thing, I put batteries in it, right? And I put it like somewhere in the middle of the cabinet with cans, and I had forgotten about it for months and months and months. And like I didn't even remember that I'd put the can in there. And one day my mom's in the kitchen and all of a sudden I just hear this "Wah!" like that, and I hear like a loud thud, and she finally found the can of rattlesnake eggs that I put in the cabinet. Baking soda and the sugar leave people confused. Wait, I've never done baking soda. I'm gonna have to try that sometime. Crocs won't stay on my feet, but they do seem technologically advanced. Well, that's why they have like the casual mode and the sports mode. Now, I usually rock out casual mode because I'm in a wheelchair, so I really don't need to be on my feet. But it's nice to have a pair of shoes where I'd be like, oh, gotta get into cane mode, and then I can just like switch my shoes into like a more practical footwear. But, like, most of the time, I'm usually, like, not on my feet anymore. I've given up on that. I've learned that it's, like, my pain just gets progressively more bad the more I'm on my feet, so I just don't. My favorite can of anything. My favorite, I think, like, out of all the canned things, if I had to pick, like, one thing that was, like, legitimately, like, my favorite thing that comes out of a can, I would say probably cranberry sauce. The gelled cranberry sauce from a can. I don't know why, I just love it. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like this crazy girl and her frickin' like can of like cranberry sauce. No idea, really? Okay, hold on. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Canned cranberry sauce. Now, we call it a cranberry sauce, right? But it's really not a sauce at all. You're gonna see it in like 2 seconds. And you're gonna be like, what the hell is that? Here, I got some examples pulled up in Google Images for you. It is jellied cranberry sauce, and it comes in like a gelatinous shape like this out of the can. And it's actually really yummy. I love it. I don't know why I love it so much, but this has got to be like one of my favorite things that comes out of a can. That looks like a sausage. You could slice it too into like little like shapes. So what I used to do as a kid is, because they would like get sliced in perfect circles, I would take my butter knife and I'd cut like a little like thin like groove in the middle of it, and I'd be like, oh wow, look, it's a giant jelly cranberry pill. That looks like sausage in the second picture. Yeah, that's how I used to slice it too, just like this. But it's not sausage, it's jellied cranberry. It comes from a can, and I think it's yummy. In Japan, the canned food is actually delicious. My favorite is the canned odin and the canned eel. I've never had canned eel. The last time I opened up a can of, like, any fish thing where that was related, oh goodness. Oh goodness, that was a bad time for me. The stink that came out of that can was ridiculous. Could peel paint off the wall. Alright, I think we're gonna probably wrap up the live stream pretty soon. Before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and get another stream scheduled. So give me a minute. We're gonna do that real quick. So go live. Schedule a stream. Reuse settings. And let me go ahead, because I got to change all the details. So this is Link's Awakening. Legend of Zelda. Link's Awakening. I got to change out the art. Got to make a new playlist. There's so much more to do when you schedule a brand new game. Zelda Link's Awakening. There we go. But that's all set up good now. No, it's not made for children. And we're going to schedule this for tomorrow at 9 a.m. I like having everything, like, set up before I finish off the stream. That way y'all know, like, the stream is scheduled. It also helps, like, with me as well, because, like, now I know it's all set up and good to go. Alright, so as I mentioned, I have Link's Awakening scheduled for tomorrow. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and wrap the stream up. But before I go, I do like to say a very special thank you to everybody who's been so supportive recently. I'm going to take a little bit of time this evening and update this card one more time to not just include, like, the members, but also the people who support on Ko-Fi, who have been making purchases through the store and all of that. I'm going to get a much better, like, thank you splash screen set up this evening. But for now, hopefully this suffices. But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart to yours, thank you. Your individual contributions are the reason my dreams are still alive and we can enjoy all the quality content that I've been producing recently. But with all of that out of the way, thank you all so much for joining me for this live stream, and I hope everyone out there has a wonderful day.